Hi everybody, Andre, the founder of Texting Betty here. We got a challenge on our hands. We're going to be creating a text for info with AI agents within Texting Betty. If you didn't know, Texting Betty comes with AI assistance built into every plan. So if you're an existing client, you'll be able to do this and follow along with me today. So what is a text for info system in the first place? So if you have a listing, you might want to put a specific code on your for sale sign um, by which someone that's walking by can send a text message to a number and then get the information on that property. So usually you would have a separate system set up for all of this, and the only thing that that system will be able to do is just take that code and then reply back with some information. Now, we want every communication to be in one place, and that's Follow Up Boss. So building this inside Texting Betty makes a lot of sense. And also, it will save you a little bit of money and not having to purchase another system. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building the text for info for this particular property. This is not my property. This is just using this as an example. So to kick things off, we're going to go into Follow Up Boss. We're going to find our Texting Betty embedded app, click on Dashboard, and then Access Dashboard. If you don't see this, that probably means that you're not the owner account. Just contact our support team and we'll figure it out for you. In the Texting Betty dashboard, we're going to click on AI agents. And if you don't see this template or you've renamed it, that's totally fine. You can use an existing one. This is the template that we provide all our clients with. It should work in 90% of the time once you've indicated the info for the name of the agents and then any kind of brokerage information in here. I'm not going to go too much into the detail on how to customize this. If you do need any help, our support team would be happy to walk you through this. But what we're going to concentrate on today is adding that code, specific code that will send the information, and then testing it out and seeing how it would actually perform. So for testing AI agents, we have a playground. So this allows you to simulate conversations that your leads would have with AI. So for example, here we already have kind of like a default message. So the orange ones are the ones that are coming from your lead. And then what we can do is we can process the conversation and see what the AI would reply. So on the left side, that's the lead talking, and then on the right side, that's what the AI would be replying with. So you see, we asked, can I learn more about your services? And then it says, thanks for reaching out. XYZ Realty got you through buying or selling. What budget are you considering, right? So we'll start a conversation. Now, our goal is to be able to send 1, 2, 3, 4 and get some info on this particular property. So let's get that set up. First, we're going to switch to the configuration of the AI agents, and we're going to scroll down to the intent section. So what we need to do is we need to add a new intent because now we have this property that we want the AI to know about. We're going to call it text for info. And we're going to add this intent description. So this is important because this is how the AI determines whether this is the appropriate intent to use. We want to be pretty specific about when that needs to happen. So I'm going to say contact says 1, 2, 3, 4 or ask for information about 4th Griffin Drive. So now whenever someone says this code, and this could be anything, so you can change that to say just about any keyword. It probably needs to be a bit of a unique thing so that we don't confuse it with something else. And then, or you can just add the address if the client will actually be sending you information about that specific address. Okay, so what we're going to do then is we're going to add our first action. We're going to say the action is send text. And then in here, in the EI instructions, what we're going to do is we're going to say reply using information below. And then I'm going to copy in the information about our property. So I don't have it in a super pretty format, but it doesn't really matter. So we got the price, we got the address, 3 beds, 3 baths, square footage, and a bunch of other information. That is pretty much it. So I'm going to save this agent. I'm going to go back into my the playground. Before I actually test out our new setup, I'm going to clear the conversation because usually what ends up happening is that a lead will just message 1, 2, 3, 4 to get the information, right? So that's what I'm going to put in. That is the only conversation or the only incoming message that we get. And then we're going to process the conversation and see how our agent performs. And hopefully, if I did everything correctly, we should get information about this property. So in here, you can actually see that the AI will tell you why it shows a certain intent. So obviously, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 matches the example provided in the text for info intent. So that's a really good way to debug and just make sure that it's doing the right thing and why it's doing a certain thing. And then we see that 1, 2, 3, 4 results in the information about this property. But not only that, it also asks if you would like to tour. So let's just say, yes, I want to see the property. And let's see what ends up happening in this case. Because a lot of times, AI agents are kind of misunderstood. We're not trying to take over the agent's job. We're trying to save you time so that we can qualify the lead and point you to the ones that need your immediate attention, or put the ones on pause because they're still going through the nurture. So in this case, it detected that the client might be buying this property. It says, would you like to schedule a tour? Let me know what time works for you. So this message will get sent immediately. You can see it here. And then if they don't reply, the AI will follow up in 15 minutes and say, hey, just checking in if you still want to set this up. So let me reply with this. And let's see if we're able to get something booked here. So this is perfect. The AI detected that at this point, we need to bring in a human and make sure that we can get this person into the property at the time that they're available. So the text back is perfect. I'll pass along everything discussed to the right person. Reach out to you shortly to confirm your tour for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Now, what also ends up happening is that there's going to be a task created for the agent or ISA to make sure that we can get someone to this property at that time. And then we also add a bunch of tags. So texting Betty human needed. That's an important tag because that's where you're going to be filtering for and making sure that you are on top of any situations which require human intervention, like booking in a showing. And then it also will turn off the AI. So AI off tag will prevent from any further AI communication. That's important because at this point, we do need a human to confirm the appointment and make sure that that is handled correctly. And that's it. So that's the text for info system besides texting Betty. And hopefully that is something that you can easily implement and save you a little bit of time and money.